Still as fresh-faced and as youthful as its first episode, Countdown reached a landmark today. Its 3000th edition. Not bad, eh? Daytime's paying tribute now. 3,000 and counting.
We've got a party of 20 people with the Darfield WI from Barnsley.
Phones off the hook. Don't bother me when Countdown's on. That's their half out. A cup of tea.
Richard Whiteley!
It's like an afternoon drug, I think. But on television.
Ladies and gentlemen, Harold Thorne!
It wasn't a critical decision or an aesthetic decision. I just fell across it one afternoon.
I'll just leave you, well, I won't leave you because we haven't finished yet, but choose 9 letters and make a long word. That's a girl who's really happy, look at that.
I am.
Do a similar thing with the sum. 727. Boeing, bong. If you took that idea to a program controller now, they'd probably laugh you out of the office.
Oh.
Constant, please.
It's always been CAC, it always will be CAC, but it's fantastic CAC, and it's part of the kind of British TV psyche.
It's Countdown, it's 4:30, God's in his heaven.
Delighted and thrilled and proud that today is the 3000th edition of Countdown.
Countdown is now in its 19th year and still one of Channel 4's most popular programmes. It would take 62 days to watch every episode recorded. That's 2 months of countless conundrums and terrible puns. So how did it all begin?
This is Barnsley, Saturday night. The main street of Barnsley, and not very busy.
John Richard Whiteley entered the world of television in the late 60s as a local news reporter. Over the next 15 years, he became one of the most famous faces in the north of England.
Did you not feel a little out of place here? You are a small-time Grantham girl from small town in Lincolnshire, going to Oxford at a time when everyone else was sort of rich and privileged.
But, my dear, you're not right. I'm sorry, but I'm sort of old enough almost to be your mother. You're just not right about
I wish you were.
The odd exploit even gained him national attention.
Ow, ow, ow! I'm sorry. Ow!
It's all right, let it go. Put it on the floor, it won't hurt you.
It is hurting me.
Put it down. If you just hold on to mine.
I can't hold on to anything.
Can you just hold these? Now this must be the climax of the situation. Thank you. If that had meant business, it would have been through to the bone. She's playing with you.
After a quick tetanus jab, Richard Whiteley was back on the box, fronting a new regional quiz show. For him, it was all just another day in the studio.
Hello, and a very warm welcome to Calendar Countdown. This is a brand new quiz game that we literally all can play, you at home as well. Now, it's so easy, it's as easy as ABC, as simple as 1, 2, 3. In those days, there were many spin-offs from Calendar, and I did many of them myself. Calendar People, Calendar Calling, Calendar Commentary, Calendar Tuesday, Calendar Thursday, Good Night Calendar, Good Morning Calendar, Calendar Forum, all these programmes I did, so Calendar Countdown was just another programme. And what we want our 2 contestants to do is, using the numbers that Harry has chosen by the simple basic elements of mathematics, that's addition, subtraction, division or multiplication, to arrive at that target figure or the nearest they can get to it. So let's get that target figure now by generating the numbers. It was very slow and very naive, and we didn't have a girl who could do the numbers game, and really we didn't have a system of presenting a better word to the audience through Dictionary Corner. We hadn't got the mechanism. So it was very naive and lumbering and slow. And yet, it just had something.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be able to say to you, welcome to Channel 4.
On November the 2nd, 1982, Channel 4 was born. And Countdown was the first show to pop its head into the big, wide world. It started as it meant to go on, with a Richard Whiteley pun.
So I said, good evening, as the countdown to the start of a brand new channel ends, a brand new countdown begins.
I remember so clearly the first time I saw Countdown, the big night for Channel 4. We've been waiting for this epoch-making, groundbreaking new channel to start, something new in British TV history.
Why not grab a pencil and paper right now, and I'll give you the rules as we go along.
To make him the first face of Channel 4 was, in retrospect, inspired, but at the time was absolutely bonkers.
Countdown, in fact, is about numbers as well as letters, and we figure we've got a pretty good figure ruling that part of the game. Meet our vital statistician, Carol Vorderman. She's a Cambridge graduate, and she works in computers.
There was an article in the Yorkshire Evening Post, about 3 weeks after we moved to Leeds, saying that the girl who was on Calendar Countdown, which is the local series, was leaving, and they were trying to find someone who could do sums, but they couldn't find anyone. So my mum said, oh, you should apply for that, darling. So I said, oh, don't be stupid. So my mother typed this letter, which was just awful. The kind of letter that only a mother could write, you know. Oh, if it's beauty and brains you're after, look no further. So she showed it to me. She said, will you sign the bottom? I said, there's no way I'm putting my name to that letter. She said, well, I'm going to sign it for you. So she forged my signature and sent it in.
Can you do any better, Carol?
Well, yes, in fact, Richard, there is a way of actually getting 833. And
I blessed the moment when Carol could actually get the numbers game right. And I'd be sitting there saying, yes, she's got it, you know, because if she hadn't got it, it would have been not another nail in our coffin, but we were struggling on. We had a lot of anti-countdown flack thrown at us, boring, yawn-inducing, you know, is this what Channel 4 is? Is this the remit? Is this the thrusting new world? You know, that kind of things. But when she got it right, it added so much to the programme.
Our total, 833.
The first day, obviously, was the first show on Channel 4. So everybody watched, because it was, you know, the opening of a new channel. We had this fantastic audience. And then overnight, we dropped our audience by 90%, you know, which is a sort of classic of all time. And also heavily criticised, you know, Richard was Wally of the Week. And I think one crit said, you know, if this is the best this new channel can offer, not only should the programme be taken off air immediately, but so should the channel.
Adding the 3 to the 400.
It looked as if the number was up for Countdown after its first series, but the programme was recommissioned, and slowly but surely, something magical started to appear.
You know, you think of the great lovers of history, Romeo and Juliet, Trodus and Cressida, Andy Pandy and Looby Loo, Richard Whiteley and Carol Vorderman. There's something in the air, there's a kind of magic.
You won't admit you love me.
They were both Oxbridge graduates. He, a middle-aged television presenter, she, a student of civil engineering. And it was Countdown which brought them together.
Perhaps. We weren't, I suppose, obviously as close as we are now, because that comes with time. But I think the major thing on screen for us was when I was offered the job of doing the letters as well, so that we were more of a team. You know, it was then Richard and Carol, not Richard and 7 other people. And that's really where I think it started to grow.
Then it rose after Carol, you know. The instruction, it says, does well against a wall.
That's what people like. They like the relationship between Carol and Richard. They like the undercurrent of sexuality that has been there for so long.
You'd be quite good at belly dancing, wouldn't you, Richard?
Well, I've got several bellies to have a go. So if one belly was no good, the other 3 would be pretty good. Not that funny, Carol. She has this raucous laugh. She's a sort of rugger-bugger, is Carol, you know. She's a sort of man's woman. She's always like sporting, muscular, sort of, ha, let's all have a pint and have a laugh. She's like a sort of female lad.
And a consonant, please.
And of course she's terribly glamorous and feminine and all the things that we know about. But she has a raucous laugh. And I think she actually quite thinks I am quite funny.
Yes?
SYS, what is it? Sexy, Welsh and sexy. What is it? Social Welsh, SYS, social, Welsh and sexy. That's the buzzword. Yes.
Welsh begins with W.
Yes, SWS, that's what I said.
At some point during a recording day, I will be crying with laughter. I mean, because when he starts digging that hole, you think, no, surely by now he knows he's got to stop here, but he doesn't.
I thought you should have a booby prize, and I was heading for that, you see.
You will not win the booby prize in that sense. Thank you.
we were now at the score.
I'm a sort of father figure to her, I suppose. I'm no threat to her. I don't think she fancies me very much.